not everyone is understanding French. Oh. So you're supposed to speak in English, okay? So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 9, the dynasty of Amsuman, verse 49, last verse of the chapter. So in this dynasty of Amsuman, the last personality is Maharaj Katvanga, who is very special personality, because although he was a powerful kshatriya, appreciated even by the demigods, because he was fighting very successfully in every, and almost that's all what we know about him, that he was fighting very nicely. But when he finished his life, when he finished his battle, the demigods were so pleased with him that they asked, he asked, what do you want? C'est lui qui demande ou c'est...
What boon do you want?
What boon do you want? Hein? C'est the demigods asked the king, what boon do you want? He wanted to know how long he will live, and they said, you are going to die very soon. So the first thing, immediately what he thought the best thing to do is to just retire and absorb myself in the remembrance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, meditating on him. And we saw, it means it was very exalted personality. And so the chapter finished by the verse 49, can repeat together. Yattat Brahma Paramam Shukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Ashunyam Shunyam Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunyam Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yad Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Asunyam Sunyakalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Ashunyam Shunyakalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yattat Brahma Param Shukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Yam Grinanti Sattataha.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Yatad Brahma Param Sukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Bhagavan Vasudeveti.
Yam Grinanti Sattvatah.
Yam Grinanti Sadvataha.
Ladies.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Yattat Brahma Param Sukshman.
Ashunyam Shunya Kalpitam.
Ashunyam Shunyakalpitam
Bhagavan Vasudeveti
Bhagavan Vasudeveti
Yam Grananti Hi Satvataha
Yagyanti Sattva
Yat,
Yat
that which,
that which
that, such.
such
Brahma Param,
Brahma Param
Parabrahman,
Parabrahman
the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Supreme Personality of Godhead
Krishna.
Krishna,
Sukshman,
Sukshman
spiritual,
Spiritual
beyond all material conceptions.
beyond material conceptions,
Ashunyam,
Ashunyam
not impersonal or void.
Not
personal or void,
Shunyakalpitam,
Sunyakalpitam
imagine by the void,
made about the
by
void,
less intelligent man.
less intelligent man,
Bhagavan,
Bhagavan
the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
the
Supreme Personality of Godhead
Vasudev,
Vasudeva
Krishna.
Krishna
Iti,
Iti
thus.
Thus
Yam,
Yam,
whom.
Whom
Grinanti,
Grinanti,
sing about.
sing about
He,
here,
indeed.
indeed
Satvataha,
Sadhana,
pure devotees.
pure
devotees.
devotees.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev, Krishna, is extremely difficult to understand for unintelligent men who accept him as impersonal or void, which is not. The Lord is therefore understood and sung about by pure devotees. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, Vasudeve Vadanti tat tadvavidas, tadvam yadvam avyayam, brahmeti paramatmeti, bhagavaniti shabdyate. The absolute truth is realized in three phases, as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the origin of everything. Brahman is a partial representation of Bhagavan, and Vasudev, the super soul living everywhere and in everyone's heart, is also an advanced realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when one comes to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, when one, so Srila Prabhupada is mentioning the Supreme Personality of Godhead again and again, so that we understood the point. So it is there. It's also, but when one comes to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, when one realizes that Vasudeva is both Paramatma and the impersonal Brahman, he is then in perfect knowledge. Krishna is therefore described by Arjuna as Param Brahman, Param Bhava, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. The words Param Brahma refer to the shelter of the impersonal Brahman and also of the all-pervading super soul. When Krishna says Tyagvadhyam Purna Janma Netimam Eti, it means that the perfect devotee, or after perfect realization, returns home back to Godhead. Maharaj Kadvanga accepted the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and because of his full surrender, he achieved perfection. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 9th canto, 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Dynasty of Amsuman. Om Adhyana Chirandasya Gyananjara Sudakaya Saksurunmilitamaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manishtam Sakatanya Parantikam Mukam Karoti Vacham Bangum Langayati Yat Kripatanam Vande Shri Guru Nirtanam. So after this chapter, we just see how Srila Vyasadeva, the original writer of the Srimad Bhagavatam, finished this chapter by glorifying Krishna. And there is no um, is not going somewhere else, is describing Bhagavan Vasudevati, is declaring very clearly that Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is none other than Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva, who is Krishna. So this is the conclusion, and the conclusion is repeated again and again in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this literature is just, the goal of this literature is always to remind us that very point. Srila Prabhupada in the purport is quoting the third chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, who was describing all the different avatars, expansion of Krishna and so on. And at the end he was mentioning that Vadantitas Tadvavidas, amongst all those emanation, avatars and so on, the one who is known as Krishna is the origin of all. And understanding this is the final point of all knowledge. And he says in this verse, which was quoted, that absolute truth can perceive in different ways. It can be perceived as the Brahman, like an energy. It can be perceived as Paramatma, as the localized supreme truth in every atoms and in the heart of every living entities. And finally, it can be perceived as Bhagavan, that Bhagavan is the ultimate truth. This is very important to understand and to at least first understand, realizing it will come, but to understand that point in our spiritual journey. Because we can see in this world that some persons are like having some other understanding of what can be the ultimate truth. It can be really, really difficult to step, to make a step after. When we see that some person they are thinking that the absolute truth of gold or is just one energy or something like that, they are becoming very attached to this understanding. And when we are telling that there is a personality behind this energy, that there is the source of all energy, for them it's very difficult to accept that point. And they are very often saying that, no, Krishna is the manifestation of this energy. Is coming under a shape of, in a human shape. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that they are just stupid and they are asses, they are mudas. Avajananti mam muda, manusim tanumasritam. They cannot understand when I'm coming in this human form. And I'm thinking, I have a human form. The absolute truth come and take a human form. No. All the scriptures, they are telling again and again, no, this is not the hen who produced the egg. It's not the egg who produced the hen. You don't know, but we always wonder which is the one who is coming first. But we have to listen to some authority to understand who is coming first. Just like for knowing who is the father of the child, we have to ask to the authority, the mother. The mother knows. She knows who is the father. In the same way, we have to wonder from the Shastra, who is the origin of everything. Is it the personality or is it something impersonal, just an energy? It is a very important question. And unfortunately, those who are coming in contact to so-called authorities who are telling them that the truth is just impersonal, it's an energy, well, it's very deluding, it's very dangerous. So we are very fortunate to get to know from a very high authority, Srila Prabhupada, that no, behind the energy there is a source of energy. Just like behind electricity, there is the electric, how it's called? Powerhouse. Powerhouse who is producing the electricity. Without the powerhouse, you don't have electricity. Some fools, they are thinking that, this car is working by itself, you know. You are looking the car, you are seeing the car moving, the car is moving, and it's moving by itself. No. If we understand there is something, there is an engine, okay, and there is somebody also acting the engine. And the car is not manifested by itself either. It was manufactured in a manufacture, and there's something behind. So we are always we always need to look what is the cause of the cause of the cause of the cause. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Savakarana Karanam. Anadir is the cause of all causes, is the one coming first. Savakarana Karanam is the source of everything. That's the reality of Krishna and the reality that it is Krishna we experience. Donc, Brahmeti Parameti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. So it is very, very precious knowledge to have that. Prakrite Kriyamanani Karmani Munei Karmani Sarvasha Ahankara Vimudatma Karta Amiti Menyate. And some foolish person, they don't understand that behind this Prakriti, behind the manifestation, there is a person. Ahankara Vimudatma. This Muda, why they are Muda? Because Ahankara, this false identification, false ego, they are deluded by this identification to their present situation, to the present body they came into in, and because of this misidentification, they are understanding everything upside down. It's a very strange phenomenon, but this is like that. And in their foolish attempt to look for absolute truth, what they are doing, they are looking for the cause of the cause of the cause, so they are studying, and this is called Jnana Yoga. They are analyzing the material nature, and it becomes like they call the science. Science become like a new religion now, that science can define everything because we make so much research and we develop so many nice devices, so that we can study matter either on small scale or in the big scale. We can look with telescope to the giant universe, and we can conceive how it's working a little. And with microscope we are looking into the small size of the matter, and we think we can explain everything with our perception. But Srila Prabhupada again and again says that what you think you can perceive with your imperfect senses. The senses are imperfect, and because of that we cannot comprehend everything as it is. We don't see what is behind this wall. We don't see what is in this forest there. Although the eagle can see much better than us, and we are foolish to think that I can understand. We cannot hear what is happening there, what a dolphin can do. We cannot smell something which is out there, and a dog is doing better than us. And foolishly we think, I understand everything about this material universe. I can know how this the laws are working, how it is working, everything. No, it's not possible. How is it possible to know the absolute truth? We heard first that by hearing from a proper authority, somebody who knows already the absolute truth, tad vidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya padekshanti te gyanam gyaninas tadvadarshina. Tadvadarshina, the one who saw the truth, can confer the truth to us. And it's the spiritual master descending from a disciplic succession. If he's coming from a disciplic succession, it means he receives some ripe mango from the head of the tree, and the ripe mango was transmitted from one hand to another, and it keeps safe, coming to us. We can really perceive as it is. And this is the parampara. They gave one after another, one spiritual master to another, the absolute truth without changing even one word. That's why the scriptures are coming to us, and the Sanskrit verses are as they are. Srila Prabhupada really titled Bhagavad Gita as it is, to separate the real Bhagavad Gita received through the parampara from all those Bhagavad Gitas which were just read by some people and described and interpreted by some people. And there's so many interpretations of Bhagavad Gitas, so it is very precious. So how can we perceive? Receiving from an authority, this is one point. And the other point, the verse says that it is very difficult to understand Krishna. And there is one verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam who says, Atakshi Krishna namadi nabhaved grayam indriye. We cannot perceive Krishna through our material senses. We know that because although we heard that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we come to see Him every day in the temple. We are trying to see Him with our eyes, and we cannot perceive really that it's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we really perceive that it is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how will we behave? Will we fall flat on the floor as we are doing, because Srila Prabhupada told us, but we won't be able to come up in front of Krishna like that, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Brahma told us that to see Krishna we have to anoint our eyes with the how is the English word? With the love, but the
Ointment or
ointment, with the ointment of love. Premanjana Shurita Bhakti Veloshanina. So, to see Krishna, we have to anoint our eyes with love. This is really high demand. So, it is the goal to develop this love. So this verse, Atakshi Krishna Nabadi, Nabhavet Grayam Indriye, explain what is the method. Sevan Muke Ijivado, Zvayam Evas Puratyada. Sevan Muke means the tongue. Sevan Muke Ijivado, Zvayam Evas Puratyada. It means that it's through the tongue. We are thinking through the eye. No, it's through the tongue we can perceive Krishna. So, how can I perceive Krishna with the tongue, the Supreme Absolute Truth? And Srila Prabhupada explains us that by vibrating the name of Krishna with the tongue, we can perceive Krishna. Wow, this is nice, huh? Not only that, but when he says Sevan Mukhe Jivado, it's by the tongue we vibrate the holy name and we taste Krishna Prasad. Wow, even more easy, isn't it? So that's the method is just to take Krishna Prasad, and only Krishna Prasad, Srila Prabhupada says. If you take something else, the vibration will be different. It will take you away from Krishna. This is very important. So please take Krishna Prasad. And the second, please chant Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna. And this is the sublime method through which we can revive our Krishna consciousness. The holy name is coming from the spiritual world. This is the verse. Golokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtan. The holy name is descending from the spiritual world to dance on our tongue. Krishna in his mercy, with our ignorance and mind completely is coming every day as much as possible. I hope so for everyone. And is dancing on our tongue. And this is the sublime method to revive our Krishna consciousness. How nice it is. When we were chanting Hare Krishna, I was hearing it was so harmonious and it was quite difficult. I wanted to go on chanting because it was so nice. I was listening to everyone chanting in unison and it was, wow, attractive. Did you find that?
Yeah.
It was difficult for me to stop this morning. So, but it's a sublime method. We are chanting and we are becoming attracted. Wow. But it is very simple. What else to share? I was wondering what else can I share with my inspirations and with all the person I see absorbed in Krishna consciousness. What else can I share? Speaking about this verse on Srimad Bhagavatam. There's no other way, there's no other way than by chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name to develop this sublime consciousness and to awaken so many memories that it is so simple and so easy and so sublime. What else is to be inquired of? Even understand the material nature, how it is working. Is it so attractive when you come to know what is the cause of all this material nature? There is no more attraction for that. It becomes easy to lose attraction to all other things once we develop just even a glimpse of what can be Krishna Prem. Wow, so don't stop it. Srila Prabhupada chanting the holy name. Thank you, Prabhu. There is no other things to look after. Sometimes we find ourselves losing this impression that we get. Because when we are coming to Krishna consciousness, the first step where we are, it's utsahamai. We are finding that everything is so nice, so attractive. There's so many flowers. It's smelling so nice. There is incense everywhere. The deities are beautiful. Everyone is smiling. Everyone seems so happy. And this is the first impression we have of Krishna consciousness, and it's so attractive. We are thinking, I just want to live in that spirit, and every day must be like that. Every day I want to be in a festival. And now it's time for prasadam. Oh, it's so nice. And everything which is coming is so nice. And devotees are starting to speak about what they read, what are their realization. It's becoming so enlivening. So we want that every day will be like that. And after some time we are finding that, it seems so easy, but why I have the tendency not to appreciate at every second this Krishna consciousness? It's just because by pouring the water of the holy name in our glass, we are finding some dust coming out from the bottom of this glass. And there is dust coming out and coming out. What is coming out? There's so many, sometimes ideas coming in the mind, so many attraction to other objects and desire that maybe to enjoy those objects for me. Because it was our tendency during time and time immemorial, lifetime and lifetimes, since time immemorial, since it was our tendency, this tendency is still there alive, and it has to be watered down, just like Chaitanya Prabhu was explaining this image of the taking care of the garden of our heart, and seeing this plant of devotion, how it can grow, and we have to pour water. And what is this water we are pouring regularly? Same method, please. What it is?
Hearing and chanting.
Hearing and chanting. It's always coming to the same point. Just chant Hare Krishna. Just listen to the holy name when you are chanting. Don't chant inattentively, just doing anything and chanting. This is already good. It's better than speaking nonsense, prajalpa. But hearing also, hearing your chanting, hearing other devotees chanting, hearing everyone speaking about Krishna. Wow, this is what can attract ourselves more and more, and which, pouring this water, there will be less and less dirt at the bottom of this glass. And then when our glass will be just filled up with nice clear water, it will be so natural, it will be so easy to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness. And we can listen to elder devotees. They will all tell us that just by going on doing this again and again, day after day, months after months, year after year, after some time you realize that we can feel, we can understand that there is nothing else so precious than chanting the holy name and to absorb ourselves in Krishna consciousness. And it is working. Although we feel that we have no qualification, no specific natural tendency to be attracted to Krishna or to be so spiritual, although we are coming from such a unfortunate basis, still it's working. It means it's very, very, very powerful. Spiritual energy is much more powerful than material energy. This is the mathematic formula that we will all come to realize with the time. That just by going on, by practicing, finally the results are coming. So we have to be patient. Utsaha nichayat deryat tat karma pravaratanat. We have to be enthusiastic. We have to be patient. We have to be determined. That's what Rupa Goswami repeated us. This is the method. And we have to associate with devotees. Tatat karma pravaratanat. Sato vrite sadhu. And avoid the persons who are speaking useless things. We can be also sometimes one way or another speaking about useless things, looking for the dirt instead of looking for the gold. The gold is among the dirt. The person who are gold, comment on appelle ça les chercheurs, who are looking for gold, in California. They were looking for gold, but they have to move a lot of dirt before finding the gold. And we have to always remember that what is important is not the dirt, it's the gold. The gold is what we are looking for. If we are absorbing ourselves in looking to the dirt, we'll be deluded. After some time we say, oh, there is so much dirt, I'm fed up with dirt, I've just stopped looking for the gold. And the next person come and just plug a few metals and he find the gold. And we don't find, we just stop because we are just the tendency to look at the dirt and lament about the dirt. No, the dirt is the price for getting the gold. So don't lament on the dirt, just forget about the dirt. Dirt is coming and it's natural. Our natural tendency also is to look at the dirt of others and to just point out, so much dirt. stop to look at the dirt of others. Look at they are manifesting so much gold already. All the qualities of Krishna is manifested in different person. Little quality, but just look at this quality, and it will be so enthusing in our spiritual life. And instead of looking to others, we are better, Srila Prabhupada says, look to ourselves, and three fingers were pointing to us. And yeah, it is interesting, this dirt, but I will not absorb in this dirt either. I will just take it out, patiently, regularly, with determination, and I will find out that there is gold behind. So, these are some of the considerations inspired by this verse. And do you have any question or the inspiration or realization? Wait, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We are referring to this Canto 9, Chapter 9. King Katvanga was already a great devotee.
Yeah.
But after the last moment, he asked some demigods when he's leaving the body, and he comes to no one. Referring to our actual life, devotees are always engaged in devotional service one way or another.
Yeah.
So, do we need to know when we are leaving the body? Because does it change anything? We have to stop doing devotional service?
So there are two questions in your question. Is it useful to know when, do we have to ask when we leave our body? So to this question, we can say that it's not important. It's to ask, but to know that we leave this body, we can be precious. Just like if you can, I encourage you to listen to the interview of Kadamba Maharaj, who knows that he will leave his body. He knows him. Just the difference with us is that we don't know, but we also know our body. And but you can hear his realization. It was very nice to know that we are going to leave our body. It means. Kadamba Maharaj was saying that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu aham, I am death personified. So if death is Krishna, then we have to welcome Krishna. We are welcoming death. And we are welcoming him because immediately we say that, yeah, you are the most important person. So I just absorb myself in the remembrance of yourself, and that's it. And immediately we can see how so many things we were giving so much importance during our lifetime, how they are becoming so insignificant, and it's becoming like very easy to renounce so many attractive things, or some important things to do or to be involved in, and everything takes its proper scale when we are understanding that death is coming. And it was funny. One time I was giving a lecture and I told everyone I have a news. I'm going to leave my body very soon, and everyone was concerned. What's happening to you? I did not have any news. I would be fortunate to have some news, but I was in the consciousness that yes, it will come one day. If we are in this consciousness that it will come one day, then how serious we are becoming in our spiritual life. It is very precious. So whether we exactly know when we are leaving or not, it doesn't matter. What is important is to know that the time will come, and for everyone the time is coming, and sometime more quick than it is said. And we have many examples. The longer we are in Krishna consciousness, the more we know that it is coming. It will come anytime. So for us, it will come the day after tomorrow. So it's very soon. So if we are in this urgency feeling that it is coming, then how serious we are in being absorbed and doing everything as it must. And when something is presenting ourselves that you have time, you will have time to enjoy your soul. Take this time, this precious time that you have in life to take it easy or to have some good time. Immediately we think, is it Krishna on the tree of my heart who is speaking, or is it Maya who is trying to get me away from Krishna? then we can have at every second we can have the opportunity to make the right choice. But it's up to us. Is it all okay for you?
I think it's
Is there any other question? Our realization. So this it's on the late morning program. Kanama Maharaj was interviewed and he gave his realization. It's very nice to listen to. And when he say that when we are seeing in that way, we are seeing things which are more important. So then we are becoming less discriminative also, and we are more understanding what is important. And what is important is to appreciate everyone, and whether we have different view of how to practice our Krishna consciousness, how to develop the movement, how to implement the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. There is no difference. The essence is the same. There is different perception, he says. It according to our realization. When we are Kanistha Adhikari, we have not the same understanding than when we are Madhyama Adhikari or when we are Uttama Adhikari. And Srila Prabhupada was encouraging us to come to at least Madhyama Adhikari platform very quick, to be more appreciative of what is precious and to give appreciation and the devotees who can inspire us and to inspire others and to exchange with person with same level. Then we can see that ISKCON it's much more than just a movement. It's a spirit also, and above the spirit, it's how we can come into contact with Krishna. And then there is no more question or thinking about a movement or something. There is just this is everything. Krishna is everywhere, and is manifested in the heart of everyone, and we can be inspired by everything we see. We can see the gold everywhere. We can come to the point to not see dirt anywhere. Although someone with another view, another point of view, he can see things differently and have different other perspective and other precision. But it's up to everyone. The consciousness I'm developing, this is what makes that I see gold or I see dirt. This is my consciousness, this is my consideration. So it's in everyone's hand. But with the help of everyone. That's nice, huh? Simultaneously, it's my hand, and it's because of the help of others.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
You was talking about the dust and sometimes dust is coming like criticizing. Like there is many situations when devotees criticize each other, and sometimes we come to ask the advice what to do. And but Srila Prabhupada says that we have to leave the place where is we criticizing someone. How be in this situation.
Yeah, there is some room of positive criticism in the sense that if we see that something can be improved, then we have to find, use our intelligence and brain to overcome the situation but we in the general sense we have really to feel what is the effect of criticism. The effect of criticism is just lowering our consciousness. We feel bad. Our vibration is becoming down when we indulge in that, and we have to perceive what is the difference when I'm giving appreciation and when I'm giving criticism. What is the result? What is the fruit of that? And if we see the difference and we have the intelligence to choose what is elevating myself or what is degrading myself, then I'm making proper use of my intelligence. Sometimes criticism are coming because there are situations which are not proper. And when there's something which is not proper, it means there's something has to be changed. But something which is to be changed, we have to see the situation which is to be changed, not the person. Generally, our tendency, and that's where we are coming from, is that we are looking the person and we are thinking the person is responsible of the bad situation. No, it's the arrangement. The Bhagavad Gita is explaining us who is the doer, and we have to remember all the factors of the action, and don't think that the person is the responsible. Although can have some responsibility, but we cannot judge a person for what is happening. We don't know what brings what events and what brings this person to this situation. And as a devotee, we have to be compassionate, and we have to understand that what is not happening nicely for a person is because of his material disease, and we have to be like a practitioner, physician, who is thinking that okay, there is a disease. I don't blame the ill person for his disease. I will help him to relieve his disease. How can I do it? Just by giving Krishna consciousness. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. Whatever other things we can try to give to that person will not be proper, will not give a definite result. The only things which can give a definite result is to remind him, no, you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are a spirit soul, you are somebody magnificent. You don't see how magnificent you are, but I can see that you are magnificent. I remember that you are a spirit soul. And just because we have this consciousness, it's helpful for the person to just not identify with his ankara vimudatma, as we were saying, and then just Prakriti is manifesting because we are identified to that. Is it understandable? Well, I'm
Yes,
staying general, but
yes,
this is how really just
it's
make the
very
difference.
close to what I think actually, because there is some friends coming and ask me advice, but at the same time I want to see if I'm thinking right, so I was asking this question. Thank you very much.
Kali is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, and that's such a natural tendency that it's the dirt, it's coming out like that in form of criticism mostly. But we have to be aware that this is the symptom of Kali, this is the symptom of the purification. We don't have to stick on that and spend time and lose our consciousness because of that. We have to find out what can be the solution of this, and not take take side or someone or something like that.
So I think I'm very fascinated and inspired by this talk about having the choice to appreciate others. First, and you, I think from you have a very clear realization that there is a choice, because personally I must admit most time I don't feel I have a choice. It's just I criticize others in my mind and I become envious and like that. So how to realize this choice?
This is a very good point. That it is so strong that at first we feel that it's too much for us. It's too powerful, and yeah, because it was there since such a long time. It was just like a second nature. But by reading the books, we can understand that no, it's not right. It's not right to think like that. Although it seems so strong, it's not our real nature.
But where is the actual choice? Is what I cannot understand. How do I actually choose? Because it sounds so beautiful to actually choose to focus on the positive. It really touches me, but I cannot see how can I actually make this choice.
Yeah. At first step, we cannot choose what to say or things like that. But the first thing we can do is stop and chant. And the first thing is just change the energy. And changing the energy is taking shelter in Krishna. It's the first thing. Then the intelligence will come that, yeah, it is coming and I can choose and I will speak positively of this person, although the fact is presented negatively. It will come later. First thing is just to take the proper medicine, you know. And just like Srila Prabhupada was saying, to cure jaundice, you take sugar. At first it seems so bitter that you don't want to take it, but that's just what you have to do, take the medicine. Then the more you take the medicine, then the proper taste is coming back. And then you will discriminate what is criticism and is it to be done or not. And what is the advantage of indulging in that or not. You know. Because our mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy, and is our worst enemy because it's using the faculty to think and analyze for giving credit to the criticism you have. Yeah, it's normal that I don't feel bad for this, because look, this which is not going nicely, and so it's normal. Our material intelligence is giving just so many arguments. But we have to say, no, even it may seem so true, I must not indulge in that. I will chant Hare Krishna, I don't want to absorb in that. It is called prajalpa, speaking things which are not proper and which are not favorable. Then as young devotees, that one of the first things we have trained to separate, to protect us from. You know. Prajapa, not indulge in useless thoughts. And it's so prominent. There are newspapers and now social media which are just filled with useless things, useless talk, useless writing. So it's just like the ocean in which we are. And Srimad Bhagavatam at the end, 12th canto, is concluding Kaler Dosha Nirajam Astieko Mahanguna. In this ocean of Kali Yuga, there is plenty of thought, and there's only one thing to relieve us, is the chanting of the holy name. It's the only thing. So when you feel it's too difficult, chant Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.